sure cost about 50 something K. But when I go to his page, it says 550K. And I'm pretty sure I didn't lose 550K in balance, but I absolutely shit my pants.
Oh, do you know what? Sometimes it shows what the previous owner had bought the card for.
Oh, there's no way someone paid off.
So if you buy that, like on the app,
yeah,
it will sometimes show you what the previous owner
bought
had
it on
paid
the
for
web
it.
app.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does show what the previous owner bought it for.
Because I'm pretty sure I had just under 1.4 million. It went down to 1.28 after I bought 1.28 after I bought him and a couple of other players. But then it said 550K. I was like, no, there's no way I've done that.
No, I think you'll be all right there. I think that's the previous owners. I bet he's bought it on Friday, hasn't he, this person?
Oh. I mean, it is a nice looking card, don't get me wrong. But,
you'd be sad, wouldn't you?
I mean, I've done that before. I remember I was trading James Rodriguez whilst he was still at Porto. We got team of the seasons and loads of informs and bought the wrong one.
Oh, it hurts, doesn't it, that when, especially if it's like now I'm not bothered, but like peak game or early on, if you do it early on when you're grinding to get your coins and you buy a card
if it's still doing it,
you miss
getting on the web app.
You misclick it. I've been doing all right. I've been making some coins this week, and that Shirky was selling to lazies left, right, and centre. So I bought a load, went and played golf, forgot all about them, and then by the time I got back from golf,
it's reset to 53.5K now.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah, by the time I'd got back from golf, I'd not been relisting. The card had dropped a bit, and I got stuck with about 6 or 7 Shirkies. But
well,
that's life.
I'm fairly sure that at some point,
not me. That Mike Bang was not me. I'm not taking responsibility for that one.
Mike Bang.
Was that sure?
Just rattling
not me. Nowhere near it. I'm blaming. It must be you, Hunter.
Anyway, what I was about to say is, given how many team of the seasons are available at any one time and how cheap they are, surely there's going to be a trade-in program. We need to start buying all these cheap tots.
Well, I'm thinking
there's so many though.
Is it the 80?
Buy as many as you can.
Which one is it? Let me have a look. I think it's the. Oh yeah, so the 83 times 14 expires tomorrow. I imagine whatever comes back in replace of that has team of the season requirements. Because at the moment it's all just team of the weeks, isn't it? They all just require team of the weeks.
I should sell some team of the weeks.
Yeah, I would. I'd just advise somebody in Discord to get rid of theirs before that expires. Because if that goes, like some of the team of the seasons are cheap, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I imagine we're going to get a decent supply of team of the seasons for a bit, but might be worth buying some when they get to that sort of low point. Have we been packing any of these anyway?
I'm still saving my packs.
Some of us have.
I decided to save my packs until MLS to try and up my chances of getting a Messi when it comes out. But I did do one of those 77 plus double upgrades, and I packed Turkey out of the first one of those. And then I can't remember her name, but it's she's a female 95 rated winger, I believe. Really good. She was like 250K.
Oh yeah.
What's her name? I can't even remember.
It's hard to keep track of all these cards, to be fair.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I quite like the way that they're doing it, rather than like really stretching out the content over many, many weeks. It's going to be a shorter promo by the looks of things, but
yeah,
there is a lot to be aware of everything that's coming out, and they're doing these showdowns in between as well and stuff.
Do you not fancy trying Dunn, Hunter? I suppose she can squeeze in, can't she?
Which one? Oh, I forgot she went to League One, right?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
No, I haven't even thought about that. She's not really good. Doesn't really go with the MLS team, but I guess I can do an All-American team.
You could do, yeah. Do her like
American.
Make America great again. Or great for the first time at football.
Will they let me have MAGA in my team name?
No. You can't have MAGA in your team name. You're mad.
What about
They
MAFA?
will-
Make American football great. No,
No,
that doesn't
they
make
won't.
sense.
No,
I fucked it all up.
Anything related to Donald Trump, you are not allowed.
Mm.
You'll get dashed out. It's Canada in it. Don't allow free speech and stuff. Very
Wow.
much like
Not yet, but once they become the 51st state. Anyway, let's talk about the season pass, because this is the first full week we had with it. I kind of told you guys why it wasn't my thing, but that's because I'm kind of anchored to MLS. But Matt,
Yo,
did you purchase it?
obviously.
Obviously. Do you regret
Yeah.
purchasing it?
No, why would you? It's like, what? I don't want to sound
You're purchasing a
Like a-
product.
like a complete ball bag, but the cost of the ticket isn't worth me sweating over it. And once I had a look at all the content in the pass, it's just like it's not worth losing sleep over £8 as it is over. I think it's like $11-12 for you guys.
Yeah.
It's just like just more reward for a period where I'm going to be investing more time in playing the game. Yeah, no brainer. Just do it. And there are a couple of cards in there that I actually genuinely want, like the Robin Gosens card, one of my Serie boys. So yeah, it's fine. You know, it would be an expensive Evo on its own, right? But in fact, I've paid more for an Evo than for that whole board of content. So yeah, it was just didn't lose a moment's thought over it. Just get it done.
Yeah, and I think it's cheap in it for somebody said CD keys. You can get it for £5 or whatever. The point's £5, but even if you're buying it with coins, which at this stage I'd probably recommend, you'll get most of those coins back through the tradable packs. Or, I might be stretching it at most of your coins back, but I'd guess you get at least half of them back.
You really think like spending $500,000 of coins is worth it?
Yeah, we're getting to the stage
compared
now
to
where...
the money.
Oh, no, I don't. But some
I think it
people
depends
don't
on how many
spend-
coins you have, right?
Yeah, and some people don't spend on the game, do they? So if you're not spending and you've got millions of coins,
Yeah, if you're the kind of
Why
person
not?
who's able to basically print coins on the game, it's no sweat for you, then sure, what else are you going to do with them? But the majority of people can't do that. You've got to remember that we don't cover the everybody's in this game nearly enough. And that kind of coinage is hard to come by for the majority of people who play this game. So
and I wanted to
I
talk
wouldn't
about
recommend
this.
they do that, but that's their choice, right?
Yeah.
If you are somebody who can print coins, shoot me a DM. We can work something out.
Do you know what? I was somebody who'd never spend on the game, and I imagine I'm like many people, where they've drawn me in with these Evos, so that now I'm buying FIFA points, and I bought some at the beginning of the game anyway, just to give me a bit of a head start, because I'm not one for like grinding my ass off early, like just haven't got the energy for that nowadays. But I do think 500k is a lot of coins to make. Even if you're a good trader, 500k is an hour or two of your time. I know an hour or two of my time is worth more than £8. And we're at that stage of the game where your teams are insane. There's so many games to play. When I log on now, I want to be playing games. I don't really want to be messing about and spending time trading. I still do trade. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't, but to earn 500k, I can probably do it on a Friday night quite comfortably. But every day making 500k, you've got to be fully invested, knowing what's going on aware of like you've got to be fully switched on for that, and I think £8. And that's why they've done it. They're not idiots either. They've done it at that sort of price range so that people just think.
Of course, we've just made it like almost impossible to turn down. And I imagine, I don't want to speak for all of us, but whether you've decided to do it or not, like in Hunter's case, hasn't. Do we agree that that price point is pretty reasonable, whether you desire to have it or not? I was expecting it to be a lot higher.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be higher, and I did buy it. By the way, I ended up getting it. Fuck it, why not?
Why not?
For the packs, exactly. Just for the packs alone, and you get 10,000, and once you hit level 20, that's a huge boost because that's less I have to play if I want to hit to the end. So,
yeah, I think if it had been double that, if it had been £15,
I don't know if I would have done it. I probably still would have done it.
I think a lot of people still would have done it. But you've got to think there's a lot of young people play this game. £15
I would like to see
when you're sort of 16 to 18 year old. You've got better things to be spending it on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yes. Bottles of cider, ciggies, all sorts. Bag of chips for your bird. All
Pokemon
sorts.
cards.
Pokemon cards? No. What sort of 16-year-olds were you hanging around with, Matt?
Oh, my God.
Bottle of cider.
Pokemon cards are
bottle
back,
of Mad Dog 2020.
There's a Pokemon card shortage right now.
Oh, yeah. I see all the flippers just buying dozens and dozens of packs of them.
Crazy.
Yeah, I've seen loads of videos recently of
fucking
people
nerds
crying and moaning because people are just coming. They call it scalping, do they?
Yeah, they just buy them out of retail and then resell them.
Just come in and buy them all.
Scalping bastards.
Yeah. Like the local stores over here, like you go to Walmart or the big box stores, they just go down the aisle and take all of it. Boom. They go home and resell it for double.
Why not?
Yeah, I
get
guess.
Paid.
No, fuck it. It's not my thing, but I have my own nerd hobbies. What are some of the things we'd like to see added after we've kind of digested it this week? I know one thing I want to see is specific position additions to Evos would be a major selling point for the season pass going forward. So where I could make a center back, a CDM, vice versa, a left winger, a left mid, or a left back, vice versa.
You mean reintroduce the position cards they took away and make you pay for them?
Sort of, but on the Evo level. Yeah. There still needs to be requirements, though. Like, if he has a CM and he's a left back, you can't make him a left mid. But if he's not a CM, you can make him a left, that kind of stuff. Like, stuff they already do, but
just
more of
reintroduce the old position change, like, chain. So you can go from centre back to striker.
That would be kind of interesting.
With multiple applications of the position.
Because you couldn't go buy another one and kind of change your mind. Once you do it, it's it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, it wouldn't work the same, right? Because you would just be adding a position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not taking one away like it used to be.
That's true. But still, I think that would be the way to go.
Yeah.
And I'm always wary of adding positions to these cards now because of Evos. So it's a risky business, isn't it? But I was talking to somebody about what I'd like to be added. And, like we're getting these cosmetic Evos. I'd like to see sort of around Halloween us get some old Ultimate Scream cards, but like, whatever promo it might be, or even just like a standard season, and then during the season you get retro Scream cosmetics to add to those. So you might get a Fellaini or a Busquets or a Verratti, and then you can add the Scream cosmetic to those cards if you wanted them. There's so many options in there, and I think if they get really creative, people will absolutely fall in love with season, because it's something that's just a bit. Everyone gets excited at the beginning. Oh, look at this card at the end. Your team's upgraded so much that the card at the end's nobody's really bothered about. So if they make it something that people have got an emotional attachment to, like those sort of Scream cards or Carnivore or something like that, people don't give a shit what the card is that it's going on, because it's just for fun, isn't it?
Yeah. You mentioned earlier kind of grinding, and you can make coins and flip cards and kind of do the daily routine. I notice a lot of these big juicy packs still require team of the weeks, and I know there's paths to obtain team of the weeks, but what's the most efficient way people can go about repeating this grind and getting all of these 83 times 14s and stuff like that?
Yeah, so for me, I'm doing the daily super silver pack. And I think you can do that. I think you can do that 7 times per day. I'll find out what it's called exactly. It's called the super daily silver upgrade. So I'll do that, get my silvers, then put that into the team of the season grind upgrade. And then you can go one or two ways with this then. You can either go do the 81 plus player pick, which we just got tonight, or you can go do the team of the season crafting upgrade. I've already got all the rewards from the team of the season crafting upgrade, so I've been mixing it up with the League Gun and the League Gun female 77 plus it was, and the player pick. I've had a few. I've had quite a few of the team of the seasons. Nothing. I think the most expensive one is Mark Ineos, which is a nice card. But then any 83s, 84s, even 85s that you get in, you can put into the 83 times 10, and the 83 times 14. But that expires tomorrow. I imagine we'll get an 84 times 7 or something like that. But yeah, just keep that going. And it's, you can do as much of it or as little of it as you want. But I think keeping your sort of storage stacked up is great, because not only have we got some good SBCs that are out now, this is going to continue over the next month. So if there's nothing that you really, really want, I would say do these anyway. If your SBC storage is full, just stick them all into the team of the week upgrade. There is a tradable one there as well, which is worth 22k for an 85 rated squad. Do that, get some coins in. Yeah, any tradable players that you get, sell them, get your coins in, because you're getting plenty of untradable golds through this grind. So take the coins. Don't be wasting your golds putting those into the upgrade grind. Only put untradables into that.
Yeah, and if let's say you're trading your backup pile, whatever it is, I can't even remember what it's called, but your storage, SBC storage pile, if it is full, it's a great time to be going out and doing SBCs like the Hullet SBC or the Thuram SBC. What is it? They got a Henri SBC out there. There's a couple of other ones, and I'm sure they're going to keep releasing these big boy SBCs.
That's a good one. That's a decent SBC. Henri's still out there. There's some really elite cards.
I played against that Henri the other day.
That are out there.
It was not fun.
Yeah. I'm still using team of the year. And I think the 82 is probably nearly as good. Speaking of SBCs, I've just done the Fatty. I did the Fatty SBC, the showdown, with some duplicates that I got. And
he got his upgrade, right?
He just got his upgrade, yeah.
93.
100k. That looks a nice card, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll say.
I was saying I felt like he was a little bit robbed compared to the Gula card. He had lots more play styles on the base version and just lots more 90 stats. So I was a bit peeved off, because I do love Ansu Fati cards. They've got, I think it was about 4 years ago, he had a Future Stars. And I absolutely loved that card. But this is another one. It'll be a fun card. It's 99 pace.
Yeah. And it doesn't have a ton of playstyles, but I think it has the right playstyles, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Tiki Taka's nice. First touch.
Rapid plus, first touch plus, Tiki Taka plus. Technical, power shot, quick step, relentless, Travella, and low driven. That's all. That's what you want in an attacker.
Yeah. And when you look at in-game stats, they're pretty good. Like, you look at his passing and you think, only 90 passing, but that's all right with tiki-taka. He's quite strong, good stamina, finishing's great, dribbling's nice, he's fast as fuck.
Fast as fuck, boy.
It almost sounds like you're talking about Ricky Puig.
Yeah. He's got a 5-star weak foot. Nice card.
Have you done any SBCs this last week that you've
Not
added to your
really.
team?
Just the showdown ones. There's nothing. I've got the same issue I've had the last few weeks. None of the big SBCs really interest me as it currently stands. But I'm well stocked on the untradeable storage if something massive comes up. The amount of like duplicate tots and the honourable mention type ones, whatever they're called, they're just constantly popping up in fairly innocuous packs. So I'm going to have so many like 90 pluses to do something with. But I don't know what that is. But as we said at the beginning of the record, I do think there'll be a team of the season trade in at some point in the next few days. So
You would think.
I could choose to do that, but I wouldn't exchange them against what's currently out. I think we're going to move on from this batch of team of the seasons very, very quickly, despite some of them being quite good. But they're going to become quite inferior with every release. So I'm not going to get overly caught up in Liga and Dutch League and French Female League and leave that in the dust, I think.
Do you guys feel like the pack weight right now is higher than normal during team of the season, or has it just been that long since we had team of the season?
First night it was really bad, apart from me getting very lucky with Barcola, but I didn't get many, despite opening quite a few packs. But since weekend leagues, kind of, I know it's still running, but once Sunday's out the way, it's kind of over, right? I'm just hitting loads and loads and loads of them. Like, there's giving them away at the moment. That's my anecdotal experience, anyway.
Yeah. I don't know how the algorithm works. I wish we did, because the first, 5 packs I opened with, the player picks or the double upgrades, I packed 2 in the first pack, 1 in the second pack, and then another one in the third pack, and then I've been on a dry spell since. So it's almost like they're luring you in, getting you to keep going, and then once they got you, then you're going to keep going until you're out of packs. I don't know if that's how it works. It wouldn't surprise me if that's how it works, but that could have just been my luck.
Yeah, we don't know, do we? But
No.
I noticed that some leagues, they give you lots of team of the seasons, or they have done previously. There'll be certain leagues which are really hard to pack. And off the top of my head, I think Serie A is usually quite difficult to pack. But
Because they're so OP.
we'll have...
I was going to say, because they
We'll
just
have
get quick sold, so nobody
we'll
has
have
them
to
on the
say,
market.
maybe nobody wants them, so they're like,
Yeah.
let's not give
Whoa.
these out. Nobody cares.
Just quick sell that shit.
You sons of bitches.
Did you see the Serie A FC Pro Live cards, Matt?
I did, yeah.
Did you do... Who did you pick out of those?
I got Spinazzola. What was the other one?
Can't quite remember now who we had.
Not that good of a card,
Preparation.
apparently.
But we've
Preparation
just
on
got
this
we've
podcast.
just got the Libertadores.
Yerry Mina. I think I
Yerry
took
Mina.
that one. No, I did Tim Weyer. Tim Weyer and Spinazzola.
No way. Get it?
Way.
Get it? See what I did there?
Yeah, Mina.
Sorry.
We did
Talk
get
about- Go ahead.
we did get Libertadores tonight, and I think they're a nice little addition. These, they're not game
Nobody
breaking
cares
cards.
about it.
Yeah, I think
cares?
nobody cares about Libertadores. Well, some people care about Libertadores for sure.
Well,
But I
some
just
people.
mean the fact that the drop in different leagues every week and giving people a little bit of something different. They are upgradable cards.
They are being very
um,
inclusive.
They want you to watch the esports. But yeah, I quite
The only
like
thing
them.
I would say about that, though, if we cycle back to the first round or so of them that they did, that Eredivisie one, I got that showdown winner Bruno Martins Indy. He's not nearly close to some of the team of the seasons that they've released less than 2 weeks later. It's if I was ever going to use him, it was going to be with the Eredivisie team of the season, and he just doesn't compete.
Yeah.
And those cards are basically all discards, so it's like that was kind of pointless.
Cost the 90 rated though, they'll go into an Evo at some point, So even
That's
if they didn't get upgraded, there's still cards that's why I've been looking at them, to be honest. I've been thinking, which one of these would fit an Evo? And I haven't done any of them, but I'm looking every time they come out.
You guys do the rush objective with that Ellie Carpenter card?
No.
She is a beast. She's very easy to do too. So if you need like a bench player or somebody that can come on and just change a pace, help you close out a game, she's really, really good for a free card.
Kind of giving away cards that provide a change of pace.
Yeah, I mean, but for a freebie, she's a really well-rounded card. But she's 90 in every stat except for shooting, which she's a defender, so you don't do a whole lot of shooting with defenders. But just want to give her a shout because she was really fun to play with.
What position is she?
She's right back.
Yeah, I've got too many right backs.
She can chill. She can chill.
Or she's free fodder if you're into that.
That Kenny Lala they put out was one hell of a card to give away.
It really was.
Especially for
a
level
pain
1.
in the ass.
That was a level 1, right? For premium?
Yeah, straight away, straight in with a 94, Kenny Lala.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure people saw something when they went to look at the premium pass.
Yeah, played him a lot in Weekend League, and not fun. Not fun at all.
So we talked about the leagues and how we're going to be going to different leagues. Do we feel like there's a league tax going on at the moment, Mitz?
I don't know about league tax, but there's
like premium for certain leagues or certain cards.
If you want to put it like that, yeah. The example of this is obviously League One, given how many PSG players there are, is super trendy. They've got some very OP cards, like your Neves, the Dembele, obviously Barcola, which I was lucky enough to pack on the first night. But it made me have a closer look at what was going on because I was playing against a lot of non-Ligue 1 cards, and they were all very good, anecdotally speaking, playing against them. They seemed very effective. So, spoiler alert, I didn't get on with Barcola, which is a bit of a disaster. That's the best card I've packed all year.
Really?
Just doesn't move well, in my experience. The Selma B, the Spanish left winger from Barcelona, who I was using in that position before packing Barcola, is much more able on the ball. Doesn't have the finishing, but overall is much easier to use, in my opinion. Barcola is just like a finesse cannon, so he's just like a posh Son. Essentially, he's just that kind of player, but doesn't move well at all. So I was like a little bit frustrated. So I'll compare him against some of the other cards in that position that's come out. The Doué SBC, whilst expensive, I thought that card overall plays better. But then had a look at Noah Lang from the Eredivisie who came out. That card has, to the exact stat, the exact number of in-game stat points as Barcola and as a tenth of the price, perhaps even less value than that. It's unbelievable what they are charging for, a semi-quick winger that can bang them in with finesse and long range just because he plays for PSG. There's so many of these cards in the game at the moment, and they're probably preying upon people's memory. Was it last year or the year before? And he had a really great card sort of towards the end of the game that was unbelievably good. I don't remember if it's Future Stars or something like that, but it's evidence that out of these early team of the season squads, that Ligue 1 is by far more premium, but not necessarily better than the others, especially with the Eredivisie. If you've played against, say, Luke de Jong, who doesn't look the most attractive proposition on paper, but in-game he's fantastic. He wins everything from corners. If you like to play that kind of game, just deadly in and around the box, people bounce off him. It's nice to actually have a striker that's strong enough to cope with some of the game's elite centre-backs in terms of like physical contact and stuff. So it does pose the question, are the prices driven by demand in this case, or have EA engineered it in such a way that we want that to be the league that no one really gets the premiums? I think someone posted in our Discord that, shout out to the Discord, by the way, that there was a certain pack where you can get a guaranteed like League and Team of the Season, but it explicitly says excludes Dembele or something to that effect, which I just thought was, okay, just make him like as hard as possible to pack. Fair enough, because if everyone had that, it would be horrendous, but to outright exclude him, that's pretty bad, right? So
They have no shame at this point.
Going on under the hood there.
Yeah,
No shame.
That's funny.
Makes you wonder how many times they do that and don't put it out there for the people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can always just hide behind statistical probability.
Which that, we're not even going to get into that. It's their probabilities work different from the rest of the world's calculus of probabilities, but that's neither here nor there. It's EA maths. What about the Evos, Paul? Did you see the Evo that I posted in our DM for Evander?
Yeah, that's really nice.
Holy shit.
I have been looking at that one and been getting some peer pressure to put Talisca into that one. The issue is, when are you going to use all these cards? Like at the moment, there's so many unbelievable cards that I'm wanting to use in my team. And it's just so it's a great problem to have. You know, we've moaned in the past that, you know, it's hard to get these players. It's hard to get a good team and be competitive. But now I feel like everybody who's played this game to some extent has got 2 or 3 good competitive teams they can put out. It is fun, but yeah, that the specialist,
that guy.
Yeah, that is that Evander.
Yeah, I don't know why it's his 5-star, 4-star. He's 5.5, but I mean, he's got every single stat you would need in a card. I have so many cams that can play any position on the field. It's so ridiculous. Like, almost need just like a formation with 5 cams. Need a custom formation.
Yeah. Has he got no shooting play styles though?
No, he doesn't. But again, he's primarily a center midfielder. But
all right, can he play CDM?
He cannot. That's the drag.
Yeah,
but he's a really small. He's only 5'9", 5'10", I think. So he doesn't feel a big. Like right now, I got Sergio Busquets and Redondo back there, 2 6'3", 6'4" guys. Yeah. So they're not going anywhere. But
how's Busquets playing now? He's Evo'd. Old school, is he like?
He's like old school, like Scream Sergio Busquets.
Yeah.
His pace is in the 90s now, I think, which is a lot because he was 34 when I started him.
Yeah, I might have to get one cooking for him. Or you know, if like a big one comes down the line where you can get somebody straight up from 80s up to 94 or 95, whatever it'll be, he might be a card that I'd like to do that with because, yeah, he was so much fun.
His pace is 88, actually. It's not the 90s, it's 88.
Yeah, now it's like, all these cards have got 90 plus stats here, there, and everywhere. Now it's like, what playstyle plus combo would you like?
Yeah.
And it's great because depending on how you play, you can think, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna pass on that Evo because I've got this other card that I can put there that'll, you know, that's got incisive, tiki-taka, and finesse. It's, I think they've done a really good job at the start of Team of the Season for us.
I mean, it's been a week, and I've done one of these Evos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 still that I haven't done. So I mean, we got 8 Evos over the last week, and none of them are really too expensive. They're all like 150, 100. But what I did notice that most of them are pay for, which not surprising. But I mean, 100 FIFA points or 10,000 coins, pretty much anybody can do that. There's the Dribbling in the Shadows and Monstro, so that one's 700 and 850. But the rating cap for me personally is kind of the issue right now because 90 on the rating cap to start with. People who've been doing Evos all year long, you're kind of fucked. So your only option is to go back and re-evo another card, which only makes you want to spend more money on future evos later, and you end up with 7 cams that are in the 90s.
Yeah.
So just picking my spots, waiting for the next tier to come out, and maybe some of these will still be out there and we can chain them. But I know a lot of them are really short expirations. Like there's 2 days left, 4 days, 3 days, 8 days. So they're only lasting about a week and a half maybe on these.
Yeah.
So they're not giving us many options to connect the dots in future evos, which is kind of a letdown.
That's one of the issues I've had with a lot of these evos. I'm going to cards thinking, oh wow, this fits, and then it's like got 4 or 5 sections, and it's like +1 pace, 0 passing. So for like a +5 rating or +6 rating, I might just be adding a play style plus and 70 free kick accuracy or something. Do you know what I mean? And it's and I get, it's good if your cards are already 90 plus, but like you say, if you've been doing evos, most of your evos are already at that higher end at 90 or even 92 stat limit.
And I checked too for the the evo we had last week where it brought the card to 74, but it was much higher overall in reality.
Yeah.
The way they've worded and created these restrictions, that 74 rated card doesn't fit in any of these evos, ironically. So there's that. It's kind of I was thinking maybe we can slip one through the cracks and find one that he fit in, but they're obviously paying a lot of really close attention to the details on these and what can be done with them. So they're going to fuck up eventually though. I have faith in them.
I've already got mine through. So mine that went to 74, I did a Bradford City card. He's now up to 85. He's got, I think I showed it in Discord the other day, he's got 93 pace, 92 shooting, 90 passing, 93 dribbling, 92 defending, and 90 strength, with about 12 decent-ish play styles. So, like, I've played him a few times in my main team, and you think 85 rated, but he's cracked like 90s all over the shop. I think all his dribbling stats are 93 as well, I think, which is been really helpful because he had bad reactions and ball control, I think, which was his only downfall. Now that's been up to we're away.
Yeah. But so far, team of the season, I feel like engagement is there. You couldn't even get on. The servers just melted the day that they launched. You couldn't get on Companion. At least over here they did. I don't know. Did you guys servers crash over there too?
No, I think we got lucky, didn't we, Paul?
Yeah, I were fine, but I know I had friends who couldn't get on. Couldn't get on web app, couldn't get on the game. But they struggled a bit, but we were on. And servers weren't bad. I played a few games actually on Friday night because I streamed in the Discord, and it was absolutely fine. I got absolutely abused for my level of gameplay. Got absolutely abused for being shit.
Don't listen to Pompel, Taschenmacher, and all those guys. They don't know what they're talking about.
No. And I think I won most of my games as well, and I'm still getting an absolute destroyed.
Who's destroying you?
Pompel mostly. But other people join in then, don't they? It's like bullies in the playground. One starts.
For people who don't know, Pompel is a sentient bot that runs around the Discord and just harasses people and also notices every single thing that people put in there. So he's a form of advanced AI that we're working on at Footballers. So
yeah, I don't know how advanced he is though, but yeah.
Subjective, I guess.
Yeah.
What else?
Can we talk about this Firmin upgrade?
Sure. Do it.
People have been this card's been top at popular for ages. They had one opportunity at getting another upgrade, and that's if they beat Madrid on Saturday in the cup. And what a game that was! They beat Madrid. Everyone's hyped on this card, waiting for his third Playstyle Plus and his second 99 stat. And this card looks phenomenal. Like 99 shooting, 99 passing. He was great when he came out, just with his base stats. But the Playstyle Plus that they decided to give him was Power Shot.
That's kind of shit.
And I think, and I was talking to somebody about this today. Why on earth would you just like upset the player base?
Yeah.
Because people have been holding on to this card for ages, since Foot Fantasy, and just been like, yes, we're still in this, we'll wait for his upgrade. And it's just upset people. Like, I've not conceded or scored a Power Shot since before Team of the Year. Like, I don't even try them anymore.
People in Rush love Power Shots.
They do.
Yeah.
Fucking rats.
But, yeah, just give him something nice. Give him low driven finesse or a defensive play style, something that, like, now it leaves a dirty taste in people's mouths. If you give him a good play style, people are coming out of this Foot Fantasy who've held him, being happy and like, oh, do you know what? Like, absolutely buzzing. We've gone through the whole of this process. This card's price has just constantly gone up. And now we're going to give him Power Shot Plus. Like, there's no need to upset people. We've got cards which absolutely blow this out of the water. Doesn't matter what playstyle you give him, we've still got cards better than him everywhere. Just no need to upset people, and they've managed to do it.
I didn't really follow that whole thing, but I'm not into big leagues. But did you guys see what happened with the little off topic? I was talking to a friend yesterday, but the Barcelona Real Madrid game with the refs. What happened at the end of that game?
I didn't see what happened. I know there were 2 red cards, weren't there?
Oh, I think there was 3, but like I guess Real Madrid and their fan base has been like posting like propaganda videos and like targeting referees, and like referees said they've been getting death threats and stuff like that. And they made some really questionable calls that game. And like Rudiger was seen, and he was like mouthing the words like he was going to kill a referee. Like they were throwing bottles and shit at the referees. It was wild that they can get away with this shit. Surely they're going to get some bans, I would think.
Oh, you'd think so, but yeah, don't talk to me about fucking refereeing this weekend or referees.
Oh, come on, let's talk about it.
Bradford City, biggest game of the year, away at Doncaster, who are absolutely flying. Also up near the top of the league, so if we win this, we're flying, we're done. We're promoted, we're going up. So, first half, not great, not terrible though. We're losing 1-0 at half time. Our centre-back, Aidan Baldwin, has been all over their striker, pulling his shirts, all sorts. But so just before half time, a free kick were given. Baldwin wasn't happy. So as they're about to go down the tunnel at half time, all the rest of the players are gone the down tunnel. Baldwin stopped, thinking, I want to talk to this twat of a referee. So he started giving the referee a load of chelp, telling him about his mother and all. I don't know what he's been saying, but he's been telling him. So refs give him a yellow card. And this is an experienced player, he's 27-year-old, that had a meeting this week about discipline and how not to get involved in all this sort of bullshit.
Did it anyway.
So when he gets the yellow card, Baldwin should be like, yeah, sorry ref, I'm off. But no, instead, he's fucking carried on, giving it big uns at ref, and whatever he said to him, ref's like, fuck you, straight red. Not even a second yellow, straight red. Get yourself off. Our goalkeeper's trying to pull him out of the way and pull him off. So yeah, the most important game of the year.
Pull him off?
Yeah, most important game of the year. One of his best centre-backs has just been sent off at half-time. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? And Graham Alexander, City manager, has spoke to the ref at half-time to find out what's gone on. And Alexander's like, yep, He was doing his job. He had no choice. So whatever he said was the sending off were valid. So now, I was depressed. And then Walsall lost. So now we're back in it. So we need to win on Saturday, and we're up.
You guys see Wrexham, I'm sure, right? They got promoted.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is that 3 or 4 promotions in a row? 3?
3. Yeah, they went up from the league we were in last year.
Has that ever happened?
Birmingham City, you need to keep an eye on though.
Has that ever happened before, where a team would go from where they were at to the championship?
3
years?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Luton did it.
That's a really good series. If anybody hadn't watched it, it's pretty cool. I wish we had stuff like that over here, like small town football.
It's called college football, I think, Hunter.
Yeah, but that's like big time now.
It is, yeah.
It's like the minor leagues for the NFL. I mean, you're talking about 100,000 people going to a game. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But you guys got anything else for this week?
No. Do we know what's coming next on
Yes.
team season? Is it Premier League?
Premier League.
Yes. There's hang on, I got it up right here.
Get it up.
Premier League,
The
EFL
Premier League.
combined, BWSL. Yeah, so you get your women's Prem, men's Prem, and then EFL combined.
Oh, that's a good one. That'll
Yeah.
be fun.
No
I think
Bradford.
there'll be some OP cars out of the championship. Put it that way.
Yeah. No Bradford City cards coming for EFL, which is sad. We've not had a fucking team of the week.
That's unfortunate.
It is. But we're going up. We're going to win on Saturday. So, yeah, we're definitely winning. We don't need to win. We just need to match the other team, Walsall and Notts County's results.
Just speak it into fruition. Just keep.
Listen, mate, it's been fucking horrendous with this football club last few weeks. We're doing so well, and then captain gets sent off for a fucking stupid tackle when you're 2. Anyway, I'm not getting it. I'm sick of talking about this bastard.
Just hit your mic too.
football
That
team.
was you, by the way.
Me?
Yeah, that was you.
Is there any proof of that?
Literally, like, which stream do you want to look at?
Okay.
All right.
It might have been
Cool.
me, actually.
If
Might have
anybody hasn't followed us, we're now streaming on, we have the Riverside app, we have the Discord, we have X, YouTube, and Twitch. So if you're not following, you're not trying. If you want to get involved, get in the community Discord, you click the link, it's in the show notes. And if you want to follow anybody in the show, those links are also in the show notes. Anything else?
All good.
See you fuckers next week then.
Check
What?
out my OnlyFans. Right fucking
boy.
foots.
He only has
you on
one
the
fan.
other side.
Let's pump up. Later.
Bye.